Good morning on this beautiful Sunday morning. I'm blessed enough to have a husband who knows how to cook and loves to cook. So what we're going to do for you today is have my husband do a little bit of a demonstration on my new Pampered Chef products back here. We'll be introducing them all, and he's going to be showing you exactly how easy they are to use and how fantastic they're going to make your prep work. All right. So let's first introduce our players today, okay? So what we're going to be doing, my husband's going to be making me bacon and eggs and pancakes and potatoes today, because yeah, that's how cool he is. So what we've got going on here, this is a stoneware. This is a large round stoneware with a lip, so you can do more than like pizzas on it. So this is what he's going to be roasting his potatoes on. This is the Rock Crock Everyday Pan. This is the smaller version. There is a deeper version. This Rock Crock here is what my husband's going to be making our eggs in, because this fantastic Rock Crock can go stovetop, oven, broiler, freezer, microwave, fridge, grill. This thing can do it all. The clay itself is good up to 752 degrees. The lid is good to 400, so it can't go in the broiler, but it can go in the oven up to 400. It can go in the microwave. This thing is amazing. All right, over here, this is my bacon pan. This is our executive non-stick grill pan. All right, this is a DuPont Autograph 2 non-stick coating. This is also oven safe up to, I believe, 350 degrees with this fantastic contoured handle. So it's nice and easy for you to grip, but it is important to use pot holders on this. All right. Now, as this is non-stick, you can't use any metal spatulas or anything in here, so you want to make sure you're always using coated ones. This right here, this is what we call the classic batter bowl. All right. So this, as you can see, is graduated in both metric and imperial. Oven safe up to 350 degrees, so you can bake your cakes directly in that if that's what you're interested in. Little lid locks right in. All right. So that's also great for chilling your doughs in. This is our silicone mixing bowl. This is actually a set of 3, and I have the other 3 here. And they do nest, and the lids will actually nest on top of them when they are nested, so it's great for storage. These also are graduated. However, if you use these to measure from the inside, as the outside is slightly distorted. These are nice and flexible, so they're great for getting into those hard to reach places, like your mixing bowl that already has all its attachments on, or your coffee pot that's underneath the shelving units. All right, this thing is amazing. This is the mini measure all cup. So all you do with this way right here, it says right here, this side for liquids. This is the 1 cup because it's the mini measure. We also have a larger measure all, which is a 2 cup, and a smaller petite measure, which is a 1/2 cup. But you measure your liquids in here. Shows you teaspoons as well. Also shows you individual milliliters, has ounces, and then has traditional cup measurements. And then you take this, here I'm gonna have my husband show you how to do it, and push that clear plunger down. All right, again on this one, you've got your tablespoons, you've got your cups, so you just push this down to wherever you want it on there, and that'll measure to the top is gonna be that measurement. And then when you're ready to get it out of there, yep, just like that. So it's perfect for things like butter and peanut butter and sour cream, the sticky ones you don't want to dig out. We have our microplane here. This is going to be an adjustable coarse grate. See how easy that is? You just pinch that handle over, and it can adjust to either lying flat at an angle, and then it tucks like that for easy storage. This lid right here is going to come straight off. It just slides right off. And that slides right on. On the inside of this, it has these metal prongs, so you can actually help guide your food in better. So this is gonna be the simple slicer. Fantastic thing, as you saw, the microplane has the guard. The simple slicer, when it is locked, this one all the way up top, right here, when it's locked, look at that. The blade is not accessible when it's locked, okay? But then it is adjustable. It's just a simple slide lever like that. So that's going to take and give you 3 separate slices. Also comes with a food holder. The same prong, so you're going to put your food directly on that, so it'll help guide it, so your fingers never get close to the blade. We have 2 separate knives that we're going to be using here. This first one here is a coated utility knife. Great for any of your basic needs. This is the forged German steel. This is a 5-inch Sentoku blade. This also comes in a 7-inch. Right? This thing is fantastic. And this blade also has a lifetime guarantee. But these little pockets right here that you see in these Sentoku blades make it so you don't have food that sticks, so it makes it for easy chopping and dicing. We're going to be doing all of this prep work today on these flexible cutting mat sets. The great thing about these, not only is it a set of 3, I have a red one back here, so you can color code them as so you have vegetables, non-hazardous proteins, and raw proteins on my red one. That's how I do it. It also is measured up there. You've got inches and centimeters, which makes it easy for you, say, if you're trying to prep your steaks or something to a certain size. The back of this, I know you guys can't see it, but the back of this is coated so that it doesn't stick, or so that it doesn't slide, so it won't slide out from underneath you. This is the small set. We also have the large set right here that my husband's going to demonstrate. The large set as well. So how easy is that blade to use?
Awesome, actually.
All right, so all we're doing is chopping this potato into quarters, and then we're going to place that potato right into that food holder. Oh, yeah. Look at that. So you get these nice uniform slices.
Love it.
Perfect for my. All right, while he finishes those potatoes there, this stoneware, it's important that you keep about 3/4 of the surface covered. He's going to be doing a lot more potatoes because I like potatoes. He's going to be doing a lot more potatoes because I'm Irish. But it's important to cover about 3/4 of the cooking surface. That way it doesn't expose itself to thermal shock. It's also important not to use non-stick cooking sprays on any of this equipment, because what it does is it leaves a chemical residue that is really hard to clean off and can actually damage the surfaces. So you recommend doing like your regular vegetable oil, canola oil, EVOO, whatever you would typically use, just on a paper towel and just kind of smear it. Pampered Chef also sells a kitchen spritzer that's a pump action that will do the spraying without any of the chemicals of an aerosol can.
It cut so fast I didn't think it was cutting.
Is that the slicer that cut so fast you didn't think it was cutting? All right,
Yeah.
so this is going to be the microplane coarse grinder. Same basic idea. You're just going to put your products into the tines, lock it into the guard, and shred away.
Wow.
Look at that.
It's gone.
All right, so here we are going to be mixing our pancakes. We already have a cup of, this is just a generic baking mix in here. And then the other cup is in our mini measure-all that you're just going to, yeah, look at that. That way you get it all out. You don't have to get your fingers messy. No digging anything out. We already have our milk measured. And again, on the silicone measuring cups, you want to measure from the inside line as opposed to from the outside. All right, so one thing I didn't introduce to you earlier while my husband's doing this measuring spoons is this set of these lock into each other. This that you can't see right here is going to lock into the slot on the bottom one. So they actually, yeah, click into each other for easy nesting and storage, which is fantastic. All right, so after we got our 2 tablespoons of sugar, did you see how they're nice and deep, the way they're angled? Even the little ones are really deep wells. So we're gonna add our egg in. And the joy of this bowl, like I said earlier, is that it has the lid that goes onto it. So if you have your batter ready, you can keep it closed in between, and in this case, that's exactly what we're going to do. All right, so what we didn't show you is how easily that blade he had earlier, that forged 5-inch Sentoku blade, sliced that bacon right there. Yep, look at that. bacon is one of my least favorite things in the world. Oh, you hear that sizzle? Bacon is one of my least favorite things in the world to cut. And it cut right through. Alright, so one thing I forgot to introduce to you earlier was the chef's tongs. These right here, they are stainless steel with coated blades. Right there, that way they are safe to use on these non-stick surfaces that I said you couldn't use metal blades on. So off camera, my husband was telling me that he didn't really like the lock on these tongs because it's that pin as opposed to, you know, the sliding ring that you're probably used to on tongs. He said, other than that, I really love them and I can get over the lock thing. Well, after he's used them for a little while, he says, okay, you know what? I really like the lock. The tools work better when you know how to use them. I'm working on the knowledge of previous tools that I have. So with these tongs, if you place them up like that, it automatically locks them. However, when you slide it down like that, it unlocks them. So if you've only got one hand free and you don't want to have to fight with it, it's really easy to just slide that pin just by adjusting the angle of your tongs. Alright, so we're going to be making some fried eggs in this Rock Crock Everyday Pan. Now, like I said earlier, you don't want to put any non-stick cooking sprays in here. So what we're going to do is use a little bit of that bacon grease in the bottom of that to kind of give it some lubrication so that your eggs don't stick. Now with these Rock Crocks, and actually most of the equipment, you don't want to use it on super high heat unless you're doing things like boiling liquids or reducing sauces where it's really kind of has quite a bit of product in there. So we have this at a medium heat. So our potatoes are out of the oven, and you never want to put your warm stoneware pieces onto a cold countertop. So this is just on some like hot pads underneath there. And then we're going to take that delicious shredded cheese that we made earlier with our microplane. Yep, see how it flexes like that so you can get a nice controlled pour. And add more cheese because, well, who doesn't love cheese? Okay, and then the beauty of this silicone nesting bowl here is that it's got its own little lid there, so that can just go straight in the fridge. So it's another prime example of the tools work when you work with them. We were just having a conversation about how these lids are great because, I mean, they're on there. That thing is on there. So when it comes tumbling out of your kitchen or out of your fridge, it's not going to go everywhere, which is fantastic because I can't count the number of times I've had lids fall off and I have spaghetti sauce everywhere that I don't want to clean up. But it feels like they're kind of a pain to get off because they do nest so well. All you have to do with these is squeeze the sides. Look at that. Comes right off. And if you really squeeze the sides, it'll fly off all over your kitchen. But then it comes right off, so you don't have to fight with it. Alright, so we've got our bacon, eggs, potatoes, and pancakes. A huge thank you to my husband for cooking for me. You gonna say thank you? Thank you for joining us. We're gonna enjoy our breakfast. You guys have a great day.